Morning YouTubes, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be in the world, and welcome to another one of my videos where I just waffle about stuff. But today's video's got a bit of a purpose, and it is, what do I use personally to record my YouTube rubbish? Well, I use my mobile phone, which is a Samsung S23 Ultra, and I use what you're watching now, which is a GoPro Hero 12, I think it is, Black Edition, with a Media Mod, with a Media Mod case, which allows me to plug a little microphone, and it's a Purple Panda lav mic, which you can buy off Amazon very cheaply. So if you've seen any of my videos, you would have seen obviously the footage that comes from this camera, and if you've seen any of the videos while working in a workshop, especially recently, you've seen the footage that comes from my mobile phone. Now with my mobile phone I have got a wireless mic set which works off of Bluetooth, and you basically plug the adapter into the bottom of the phone, switch the mic on, clip it on, and waffle away, and that all seems to work well. Well, it works well enough for me, because remember, this isn't a professional channel, really over the bumps. This is a channel that's a bit of fun that people tend to watch for some bizarre reason. Thank you if you do, it's very much appreciated. So I thought, you know what, I might invest in a little bit better kit, because originally I had a GoPro that didn't even have a microphone. I used to lean, if it was on the handlebars, I would lean down and shout at it. That didn't work. No, not in a million years did that work. So what I'm going to do now is, let's clip back to the workshop, where what I will do is I will show you what I use on the bench, and show you how I connect it all to microphones and what have you. Oh, it's windy up here. Bloody gale today. Yeah, it's proper windy. And I'll show you how I connect it all, and I will then show you the software that I use, the amazing, very complicated software that I use to edit my videos. So if you're interested in that, if you're looking to become a moto vlogger, which I'm not, don't get me mixed up with, you know, the guys that actually do this properly, but if you are interested in maybe making some videos with your mates, having a video diary of your trips away and stuff like that, or you just want to record videos just for sort of prosperity, you know, when you're out riding, for those days when it's pissing down with rain, or you are too old or knackered to ride a motorcycle. So I'm going to carry on riding for a little bit, so the next bit you see will be in the future, because I'm enjoying just riding out a little Triumph. But let's click back to the workshop when I get home, and I will chuck a little bit of footage in with a little bit of waffle about what I use, how I fix it to motorcycles, helmets, what have you, and hopefully it will help some of you to maybe make a few little videos and have a bit of waffle and enjoy it yourself. Okay, let's catch you in a second then. Back in the workshop after the spin, and what I'll do first is I'll show you what I use to record on my helmet, which is pretty straightforward. So what we have got is obviously it's a Shoei Neotech 2, so it's a flip front helmet, which is a little bit different, so you might want to mount it in different places, but just a self-adhesive mount with a couple of brackets, different angles, just to get it to a rough place. Now what I do have on this cover is a Media Mod cover, and what that allows you to do is it allows you in the back there, if you can see, it allows you to plug a microphone in the back because you can obviously have a wireless mic and people record two separate files with microphones, but that means that you then got to have the software and the editing to splice the two together. If ever you watch Teapot One, Bruce, he always does the sync them up 1 2 3 and clicks his visor down, and that he can then see a spike on the audio to put the two together with when his visor closes and the audio, I would guess. But all I have is that, and then let's just flip the visor up, and then I have the microphone, the wired mic, just attached to the boom mic from my inbuilt Senna comms kit. Now you can just stick it on the foam if you haven't got anything like that, or you can tape it into the inside of your chin piece. If you have a standard full face helmet, then obviously that would be the way to go. And it's just a simple purple panda. Now I put a dead cat on there, they call them dead cats, the windsock, which I've cut down because otherwise the extra fluff really does tickle your chin, which sounds a bit pathetic, but on a long trip it can get really annoying. Now the only problem with these is they come with an excess of wire, so you have to do something with that. Now what you will need on a purple panda, they do come with them, is this little patch lead which converts it from a triple section pin to a double. But yeah, that is my on motorcycle kit. Now a lot of people will fit them with a full face helmet, they'll fit it to the front so you get a proper sort of bird's eye view, but that works for me. If I'm going to run any video on any of the bikes, I've just got these cheapy ram mounts which are off of Amazon, eBay, whatever, with just a simple ball fixing, and then you can have a camera on there facing backwards. So that's how that works. Now I will show you the adapters I've got. Again, they're all just cheap stuff, and then we'll move on to the phone use, which is what I'm recording this on at the moment. This is just a selection of, and there's more in here, of just cheap, I mean that wasn't cheap because that's proper GoPro, but these are cheap, and they're all just adapters that you can fit stuff to handlebars, different length adapters. A lot of people have got these for their sat navs. They're dog bones, you can extend it. That's a sucker for if I'm doing any car stuff, just clips on the window. And then obviously you can use the various adapters to make it fit. And then loads of these ones that just stick on different angles. You can buy kits on Amazon for sort of 20 quid, something like that. There's a plane going over, excuse if that's noisy. And then the other thing I use is a chest mount, and it's bloody noisy. Should we have a look what that is? Couple of biplanes, there you go. Right, back to the video. So yeah, 2 biplanes, that's why they were noisy. Chest mount, and then what I do is I plug that into my helmet, and then that plugs into the camera, which clips on there, so you can run it off a chest mount. Again, that's the adapter which takes it from 3 pins down to 2 pins. So that's how I fit GoPros. What I'll do now is I'll take the GoPro off the bike and I'll show you what I do with the phone. So then you've got a bit of a all-round view. So onto the phone. I'm recording this now on the GoPro off of the media mod, so excuse if the microphone isn't great. I can't remember whether I've got it set to front or rear mic, but it's just my mobile phone in my old man case. My daughter always goes, "Oh, you got such an old man case." Guess how many screens I've ever broken with these cases? Yeah, none. How many has she broken with a lovely crystal case on the back? About 3. There you go. Anyway, what I've got, let me just pull that out, is it says, drop it on the floor, It's a Moana wireless mic set. It wasn't expensive, charges off the case, and what you have inside is you have a slot where that adapter goes, and then you have two microphones. That's the size of them. One of them I'm wearing, so I can show you that. Let me see if I can spin the camera around. There you go. That's it. And then simply all you do is the adapter plugs in to the bottom of your phone, and then when you select camera and video, you spin that round. If I press start on that, recording through USB audio, and that's basically it. It is as simple as that. And then that unplugs. Obviously it goes green because it's connected to the microphone that I'm wearing, and you can use two mics, and yeah, they work alright. I don't know how long they last because none of my videos are that long. And then again, if I'm going to record some work or whatever that I'm doing on the bike, let me move that around so I don't get the glare, I just use this simple tripod. The legs go down another level as well, and that was Amazon Basics. I think it was 15 quid, 20 quid. Obviously it's not the sturdiest thing, but it will hold a phone, it will hold a GoPro, and that works quite well. What I'll do now is I will show you me editing a video that I shot earlier where I put a 16 tooth front sprocket on the Scrambler 400, and then you can see the software that I use. Let's get on with that then. Right then, so you've seen the kit that I use. Now I will show you the app that I use. And the app that I use, if you look at the second row down, second in from the left, UCut Video. So UCut Video Pro is what I use. It's a very simple app, and if you press the plus button in the center and then click on New Project, now what that does is that comes up with all the recent videos that I've recorded. However, if I go to my YouTube section, that is where I have moved all of the files from my GoPro and my phone into one folder, so I've got everything in one place. Now the bottom one that you see there, I don't know if I can point, is that point? 21 seconds, I know that's my intro video. Now remember, the one next to it, 44 seconds, is where I waffled and then said let's go to intro. So if I click on that one, then click on that one, and then I think the rest of them will be that one, that one, that one. Sometimes it does that, and you just click the tick bottom right and it goes back to there, as you see. And then that one, I think that was all of them. So then you go through, and what you've got is the whole timeline down the bottom, if I scroll, of me doing stuff, and you can do what you want with it. So you've got the bar at the bottom where you move stuff around with my ugly mug waffling. Then the next bar up, you've got all the different bits that you can do, and obviously you've got you can trim it, music, filters, effects, text, stickers. You can see what it all is anyway. Record, which you can see just below the play button there, is if you want to record audio. Volume is for adjusting audio, adjusting the volume up and down, which I normally have to do for my intro because that is quite loud. But if I show you what I tend to do, so you can see the link between the two there, I normally do a little effect so it merges it. So if you click on effect, and then I think I choose bad TV, if I press and hold that, there we go, that's just a second of it. And what that does then, if I press play, is it gives a little transition between the two videos. Here we go, back in a sec. There we go, as you can see that. Now I know my volume is a bit loud on that, so if I click it, you can see it's selected, press volume, and I think I bang it down to about 15, something like that, and then tick the box. Then what I tend to do is just play and have a listen. That though, right, where's this button? Here we go, back in a sec. There we go. and that then adjusts the volume for the next section. And then again, when I get to the next sort of handover point, if you like, click on effect, the old bad TV, press that, press the tick button.
Right, win the cat.
There we go, and you can see what happens there. Now, I quite like a little bit of background music, so what I will do then is, if I click the music button, which you can see there, and my favourites, and I know it's called Swallow, which is a bit weird. I quite like the music because it's nice and laid back. I like that. So if I press use, that will then overlay that on top of the video. But if I press play, you'll see it'll be too loud.
Morning YouTube, it is a wet wind.
So that's now too loud. So if you click on it, and then volume, and then we'll bring that right down to, I think I normally have it on 8.
We're saying wet.
And then we can listen to it again.
Blustery day in Kent. And today's project is going to be to change
you can probably hear that in the background. It's a little bit quiet actually. Maybe go up to 12, shall we?
15 to front sprocket.
Let's try that.
On my Trance Scrambler 400.
There we go. And if I want to keep the volume going, keep the music going all the way through, which I do, you just press literally copy, 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 and then you keep pressing that until you get to the end of your video. I can see on 12 minutes. And copy, there we go. And then it will play it to the end, and then drag that back. Then the last one, if I select that, I can then fade it. I want to fade it out at the end.
And
then the music will then fade out towards the end. See, I said back in a sec there, so there's obviously another clip on the end. So I need to add a video. So I guess it must be that one. So let's add that on the end.
So then the Scrambler.
There we go.
400X.
So yeah, there was an extra bit on the end. So let's copy that again. I think I have to copy that again. To make sure we've got audio or correction music all the way to the end. So we're going to need another one. And another one. There we go. And you can see, if you look at the bottom there by the bar, you can see it is already fading it out towards the end. So that's what I do. And then I basically play it all the way through, and when I'm happy with it, I press save, which is in the top right hand corner. Get rid of that bar. Press save, top right hand corner, and then that's it. And then from the video, I'll then choose a suitable place for maybe a screenshot for a thumbnail, which in this case will probably involve a picture of a sprocket or something like that. Let me go back to the beginning. And then I'll put a caption on it, and then chuck it on YouTube. That's pretty much it. So anyway, look, I hope you found that useful, and that it works for you. Any questions, chuck them in below. But as I say, it might seem complicated, but honestly it's not. If an idiot like me can work this out, then I mean, I might even see, look, something like that, sprocket, I could put 16T question mark over the top of that, using the graphic part, using the where are we, captions. There you go. I can do, not captions, sorry, but I can't find it now. I'm having a brain fade. But is it under animations? No, it's not under animations. Oh, I can't remember where it is. I might have it. Oh, there we go. Text. So I can put 16T question mark. Should we make that a little T? That looks better. There we go. And then you can obviously put the captions as to what you want to do. You can change the colour of that text, all that sort of stuff. So, as I say, I hope that that's been useful for you. Any questions, then just ask. So if you're riding, stay safe. If you're not riding, watch crap videos like this. And I'll see you on the next episode. Like, subscribe, all that usual YouTube rubbish. I really appreciate that. See you all soon. Cheers.